Welcome. Today I'm going to make this procedural texture of a wood, and it will be no textures involved. Everything is procedurally made inside shader graph. So this is a shape that we're going to use, and this is the material. So there are some parameters down here that we can change colors and smoothness. As you can see, we can control the smoothness and have different things going on, blending and so forth, doing scale. And so this is as I say it, world scaled material. So you can just, if you do world scale on your models, this is a great way to have materials. And also what's really cool about this table is a Hodini Engine Digital Asset. So it's possible to just change this table size like this, and can have different sizes on it, and maybe we want different kind of shapes on this one, and all different kind of different parameters. But we're not going to do this asset in this tutorial. This is only a teaser for what's coming up. So if you want to see this, there will be more tutorials, but we are going to focus on this material in this tutorial. So let's get started, and we're going to make this from scratch. And I'm just going to first off make a little bit nicer table. I didn't like it. Went a little bit. I'm just going to restart the scene. So we have this one, and also I'm just going to add a light here as well. We're going to have a point light, and we're going to have it, let's see, somewhere it's here. We're going to have radius is pretty good as it is. Intention, we're going to intensity, we're going to make it stronger. And by this we can see the reflection like this. When we work with smoothness, a little bit more radius, I think. Yeah, so this is good. This is good when we're going to work with the smoothness and reflection and stuff. So we're going to make a new material, and first we just make shader graph, HDRP, lit shader graph, and we're going to make shader graph. I'm going to have the same name, procedural wood tutorial. That's what I'm going to have. And we're going to make a material. Whoops. Create material. Here we have it, shader graph. And remove this part, and we just throw it on here. So the first thing we want to do is in here, we're going to make some kind of layers to blend stuff, as you saw. So the first thing, we're going to make an UV. Actually, we're going to have tiling, because we're going to change stuff on this later on. And we could have a main preview. We could actually have, let's see, the table, game object. What about this one? I have this baked. Nope. Let's see here, table. Okay, custom mesh. Table. Here we have the table here. And first off, we're gonna just make a Voronoi noise. plug it in to the UV, and we just plug it into the base color. So now you see, well, you see Verone, of course, and we're gonna just make some adjustment on this one. So let's say if we do tiling here, so what I'm doing here, I'm increasing this number and I decrease this number. You can already see we get this some kind of more dragging thing going on. So I found that the numbers that I've been using during working with this is the tiling to tiling in X is 4 times and I is 0.2. Of course, you can just change it whatever you want. So, but I'm gonna leave it like this for now. And this is the first step. I'm gonna mix these things. So this is gonna be like the first kind of layer. We could call this for shape layer 1. And we're gonna blend this one with another noise. And we're gonna have this same thing, tiling. And this tiling, we're gonna have, let's see, gradient noise. And this is really interesting. If we just put this one in here, we are gonna make some kind of shapes of this one. So if I do multiply, so in this picture we have from 0 up until 1, but now I multiplied it, so now it's from 0 up to 10. And if we then do a round, that means that we're gonna change, we're gonna go to the closest value. So if maybe here it's 0.2, and that will round it down to 0. So that's why we have a black blob here. Maybe it's here, it's maybe 5.2, and then here it's gonna round it until 5. So as you understand, it's gonna go to the closest whole number. So 0.4 will go down to 0, and 1.6 will go up to 2, for instance. And what's really nice is if we then do subtract, we now have this kind of swirling pattern, because it's doing the 10 times it going up from 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, as before it was just 0 to 1. So, and this is really nice, and if we now, we can actually lower this part. So you can see here on this one, we are building the wood edges rings by doing this. And so with this one, we're gonna do a color mask. And we're gonna have it not in there, but we're gonna have it as an input. This one we change to white. And the range, we're gonna change that to 1. And the fuzziness, we're gonna move this one to find it a little bit more smooth, because I want it to be sharp, but I want it to be smooth. When I did this before, I'm not really sure why I did it now when I look at it. Maybe because I wanted more contrast, but of course you can just play around with this and see the effects of it. And yeah, we're gonna leave it like this. Probably because I did multiply later on, I wanted to be a little bit more contrast. So what's really nice now, that this part will represent layer 2. So this is our funky table as we have right now. And so we want this to represent the edges rings in the wood. So we need to kind of stretch this noise. And the way we do this, we're gonna work on this tiling UV set. So that's why I don't put on this UV, because this has more functionality, but they are the same in the basics. So what I want to do, I want to make a vector 2 and plug it into the tiling. And here, if I change, let's do 1, 1, so it's like before. And if I change the X like this, and I then lower the I value, you can see that we are starting to get this wood shape thing, right? And do this to 4, and this looks pretty. We're going to use these numbers for now, and I probably changed them later. And let's see. So in this gradient noise, we do 10 times. The scale is 10 times. We could change here as well. Of course, I'm not gonna change that one. And we have this one. Yeah, so this one we could change as well. So we're gonna blend these two and make some kind of blend. So this is the base, and this is the layer 2. And we're gonna make in our blackboard, we're gonna make a float, and we're gonna change the name to blend layers. Spell it correct, like this. Have it here. We're also gonna make it to be so it's gonna be a slider from 0 to 1, and we can have the blend layer shape. Well, we can just drag it to something. And if we plug it in here and plug it in to the base color, we have some kind of mix of these two, and this is really nice because it makes it more believable with the different colors and shapes. So we just go with this one. You see, we can change the contrast on this wood. So we're gonna have colors of this with these two. We're gonna do color light. First off, I'm just gonna show you if we do multiply like this, and we plug it in like this, and we do color light to be something like this, a little bit brownish. Save the asset, and so this starts to look like a table. And it's so totally fine to have it like this, but the black part will always be black. And because it's always our black, I want to change that. So instead of doing multiply, I want to do color light, then I do color dark. So the dark gonna represent the darkest parts in this. So this is gonna be the dark color, and this is gonna be the light color. So what, instead of having a multiply, we gonna have a lerp for this. So if we do lerp and plug this one into the t as time, I guess. So when when it's black, we're gonna have the color dark here. So 0a represent dark, as you see here, and then we have color light. It's gonna represent the white parts. And now if we do this into the base, save it. And now if we go outside here and check this one, and let's see, we're gonna have this instead. Now we can change. If we wanted black here, we could, but we could also have another color as well. So that's why I want to have it 2 colors instead. And then we have the blend layers here if we want different blending of the layers. Super nice. And yeah, so we're gonna continue with this one. I think I want it a little bit darker. Yeah. So where are we? We have this thing going on. So this is layer 1, this is layer 2. And so maybe we do want to change the size on this one. So we're going to change some kind of UV parameter down here. So we could, let's see, yeah. So we can expose another parameter to just change the UV channels. And the way we do this, because we already have this this tiling here, right? We all hard-coded this one, and if we want to change that, we're going to fix that now. So we do UV scale, and this UV scale gonna be default. Well, we could do it slider, I guess. Let's do 0 to 5, and it's gonna be a 1 as a default. So this number now is 1. If we do multiply with the number 4 here, we can minimize this one. We're gonna do a multiply again. It's gonna be in the top one, like it that way. So 0.2, and then we make a vector 2 like this. So now it yields exactly the same result. So also down here we have a similar thing going on. So if I just copy this part and place it down here, and we have 4, 0.1, we have 4, and change this one to 0.1, and we plug it in like this, delete this one, and now if we save, go back to this one, now we have the UV, so we can change the scale of this wood texture as well. Super nice. So, and we're gonna add some more stuff to this. And let's see where we are at the moment. I'm checking my notes here to see what's the best thing to add on to the next part, and I think we're gonna do the smoothness part here. So if we, let's see, we have the blend here, and if we do take the blend down here, make a contrast in, I want it in, and here I can just play with the contrast, and then I do a remap in, and I want it to be 0.1 to 1. And what I want to do here is that I want to have a vector 2, because I want to expose those ones. And actually, I don't know if we need it you don't need to keep this one. I actually made it. For some reason I added it. I decreased the contrast to a value close to this one, and then I made a remap. But you could as well just put it like this. It won't be a little bit more efficient graph. I don't remember why I did it. So what happens now is that it goes from in here, the value in here is 0 to 1, and the input is 0 to 1, output is 0 to 1. So this one doesn't do anything at the moment. So here we want to do smoothness min, and we want to have a smoothness max, and we're going to make this to slider. Max going to be a slider, and max going to be somewhere about here, and the min going to be 0.01. I like to keep values not max or min. So if we place these at the min going to be the x, the max going to be the I. Now you see we're starting to clamp these values. So if we put this one to smoothness, if we check here with the lamp, so there's a lamp here, right? You see there's nothing going on yet, and if we now save the asset, here we can start to work on this reflection smoothness. So I find that pretty good. We can take the lamp, and by doing the radius bigger, we can have a broader highlight to visualize. But then also we need it to be stronger. No. Okay, I don't know what I did, but I like it this way anyway. And let's see the lamp, gonna move it. Yeah. We have the smoothness here. So this is where we're about now, and I'm gonna pause the tutorial right here and continue to add on the next details to make this look even better. But so far we have the layer 1 up here. This is the layer 1, and we have this one, let's see, layer 2. This is the layer 2 part, and this is only the UV scaling thing, and we down here have the, actually I'm gonna add the contrast, because contrast in, and I did lower it before. Gonna see the difference. I don't see any difference, so let's skip that node. And here we have the smoothness, like this. Smoothness. All right, so thank you for watching. In the next one, we're going to continue to make it look even better.